verses 12 to 15. A land that the Lord your God looks after. The eyes of the Lord your God are always on it, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. If you will only heed every commandment that I am commanding you today, loving the Lord your God and serving Him with all your heart and with all your soul, then He will give the rain for your land in its season, the early rain and the later rain, and you will gather in your grain, your wine, and your oil, and He will give grass in your fields for your livestock, and you will eat your field. This is the word of God. On behalf of this church Shillong, we bring warm greetings in the blessed name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And also, we welcome all of you to this program. As we all know, every year June 5th June is celebrated and observed as the World Environment Day across the world to raise awareness and also describe the importance of this mother nature. And in relation to this, the Baptist Church is organizing this 2 days program under the theme Living in Harmony with Nature. And we're glad to have with us our resource persons and friends from SIPMIU, State Investment in Project Management and Implementation Unit Shillong, and also Mrs. Imtienla of IFS. We want to thank you once again for your presence. We are looking forward for more of knowledge through your participation. To proceed on with the program, let me see the invocation. Yes, Lord, that's our ceremony. Hallelujah, the Monsieur Watson. Now, God of the John, Achak Madak, Tabusam, Kibor, Zingalir, Dana Monas Nam, Moazabadan, Asiomati Anamaducha, Ipa Sidon Sushi, Sars, the Matabama, Nai Yuba, Penero Subu. Aso ono Cuba outside was no pedets, Nai Cuba outside ono additional Subu, the Nebulans of the Shimana Nepetse. Kibuba Kudak, Nebulan, Menden Asir, Alima, Netzanachita, Nayawa Archak Cuba, Nai Mirror, Asiamati Cuba outside, Nai Anapalur, Asir Cuba, Nai Mim Chilma, Cuba, ono Tias, Asiamati, ono Mapa, Ipa. Alima anu alu jasushi na unu chadir. Cuba sara unu makan sabah cuma. Asyik unu zizza di bawah cuma Cuba. Alima terang sabah cinta unu ki awal. O Cuba unu ki. Unu kasih mai pat di janjar. Asyik dana o Cuba unu ki. Ipa alima ina Cuba si sedang. Asyik mati Cuba naik melompat asyik naik nong sebab mapa tu si sedang. Dana o Cuba dalam senang ipa sendung unu ki tinotang. Cuba dalam senang unu tersebut naik mana dia. Amshia, Asiamati Cuba, Muktasindabra Abja, Ipas no Muktumua, Samana, Asir Sindung, Gabadamas, Sababu Takumshia, Din Yakats, Sabuan, Mapakama, or the Passable Baslets, Nelly Patnetary, Manani Mission, and Sars the Bird, Gibu the Matam Santoshi, Nemiusa. Amen. Now, I give thanks to Reverend Dr. Miyu Chagiri, to say the welcome to give the introduction.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So happy to see all of you, young and old, and this beautiful morning we welcome, and at the same time we appreciate your presence here at this very important occasion. We'd like to extend our warm welcome to our guests. Some are here for the first time, and among them, one is not a guest, actually, she is one of us. And she is none other than our speaker this morning, Mrs. Imtienla. She is not only Indian Forest Service personnel, but she is also an expert, She's an expert in terms of environment, forest, and climate change. At present, this is for you to know, for the children. She is the Deputy Director General, of Forest, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. And so shall we welcome her as she stands and you can, okay, we'll give her a big hand, please. Thank you so much. Intentionally, we have asked the children to be here before they go down for the painting and drawing competition. In fact, one of them was asking me, when do we start? They are so excited this morning, and it is all because of your presence and also because of this special occasion. Thank you so much, our respected Mrs. Imtienla. She's supposed to be in Guwahati this morning for the Government of India occasion, but just because of this event, she kept aside this very few hours for us, and we really, really appreciate your concern for the community and the congregation. Well, we are so excited we have her. We are also so happy and would especially like to say welcome to our special team from State Investment and Project Management and Implementation Unit. It's quite a long abbreviation. In short, SIPMIU. Let's welcome them one by one. I'll call out your names. And not only today, in days to come, if you see them, say hi and introduce yourself. Okay. They are none other than Ms. Parisa Lagado, IEC specialist. I think Lagado we will not forget, right? Yes. And Ms. Balvidi Alpar, IEC specialist. Nongsay Sabasta. Thank you so much for your presence, your time, and also your concern. I think this is not the first time. Some years ago, we also had a similar team from your institute to help us learn more about how to keep the environment not only clean, but also a better place to live. And I hope that our gathering today and also tomorrow morning, the sharing of ideas, discussion, your expression in your painting and sketching, our deliberation, this will help all of us as children, as parents, and as individuals, as good citizens, to keep our environment, our surrounding in our city, a very beautiful place to live in. And with that, I once again welcome all the gathering, and I believe that we will all have a blessed time today and tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Keynote Executive Council Associate, Mrs. Imtila and Ms. Madam Matsungtemjen.
Good morning, everyone. Christmas. So di mau nang chata pa lang yung pasabay iba enrollment week and iba iba sa dia pero cooking tayo wa da na ya advance cooking tayo ya ro da le sa iba jega真的自杀ai iba sa de tin ji sa ne mo na ro sa sa di na ro sa ta mo ma ro ba ai ram da ba je iba de 真的自杀那什么iba ma sa so ji ma sa ra ni我当 work enrollment day 能记得早是的1972 no Stockholm UN General Assembly conference no environment degradation year recognized that. Just imagine 50 years back we recognized that the environment was not in a good state. People who recognize that on 5th June was designated as a World Environment Day. That's for the first time in 1973 no, after designating 5th June as a World Environment Day in 1972, 1973 we Environment Day. As Environment Day is actually celebrated with a theme every year. So the first theme was only one Earth. That is, of course, self-explanatory, only one Earth. This is the only planet we can put ourselves and our families and our homes in. There's no other planet that we can go to. There's only one Earth, but I get to learn as a if I don't think team halala, maybe our Roman Day celebrates and World Environment Day, World Earth Day. It's a one-day celebration. 1 year we can celebrate. Life goes back to business as usual. I don't know my answer. But the good thing about this conference was of the General Assembly was that UN environmental program. As people continue, various World Environment Day celebration is just one event. Global environment issues ada take up UN environmental program jadi World Environment Day important tapi mereka juga serba government of India direction. We have directed all the states also to take up all activities leading up to World Environment Day to align it with mission life. That's mission life. Sebab official letter to our mission life sebab I wasn't personally committed to it. Sebab semua bisa works in very strange ways. Tapi government of Assam had a very big launch of this mission life with a 7-day challenge. With a 7-day challenge to the theme, to align with the theme of 7 themes of mission life. Delhi ni keynote address apa tu acara secretary maru. That's Army kendang cilia kadang influencer nak keynote address apa tu lokai ni ya cuma mampu dah ni dah ni ya. Sebelum kita orang senang spesifik macam dia orang sekarang. Ni ibu ustaz dia sedang hari ibu pandang program terjemah tu ya. Even as a forest service officer in 30 odd years of my service, come World Environment Day, World Forestry Day to celebrate as like I said, it's always been a one-day celebration and life goes back to as it was before. So but life, mission life, I realized it was something different. So I also made my personal commitment to not only adopt but to promote this concept of life. That is so that you can see the life logo and so everybody can get familiarized with the life logo. So if the United Nations has a framework convention on climate change. That's a conference of parties. That's all the countries meet in various countries. That's no. If Prime Minister, Indian Prime Minister Modi by 2021, conference of parties kan iba kan saya by introduce us. That's it. He urged the global community to start this life as a mass movement, towards mindful and deliberate utilization instead of mindless and destructive consumption. That's also linear kind of economy, use and throw. I use and throw as the economy career. So let's go for circular economy. That's it's use the suggestions. Let us be very mindful and let it be a mindful and deliberate utilization, not mindless and destructive consumption as it is today. That's under this mission life, we are envisaging a whole lot of committed individuals who will not only adopt, like I said, who will not only adopt, but will also promote this concept. That's life has 7 next slide. The ones who are committed to life, who are adopting and promoting life, would be a pro-planet person, and a whole lot of pro-planet persons will make that community called pro-planet people. That's about 7 themes there. That's what World Environment Day, the theme is Big Plastic Pollution. World around 400 million tons plastic produced as well, at least 200 million tons to use and throw. I know that we cannot, in this day and age, none of us can survive in this planet without plastic. From your phones to your computers, to your printers, to your Xerox machines, to your household items, plastic mali utang organism rasa sakit warna saka amcibaja saka asmi itu recycle as like sir takkan main bagi ipat yang mengasih say no to single-use plastic. Single-use plastic juga. That is used and throw plastic, which is about 200 million tons. Most of them ends in landfill, rivers, our streams, and the sea. So we are particularly concentrating on the single-use plastics. That's it is 7 things noted. Before, when we talked about climate change, we were talking about big things, international treaties being signed, the determined contribution of various countries, the melting of the glaciers and raising of sea level, with this mission life, the climate change narrative has changed. It has brought it to you and me. Your action and my action, however small it may be, it contributes to climate change and it impacts the environment. And if we make small changes in our daily lives, if we make just small changes in our daily lives, we can be better armed to fight this most dangerous war of this century, the climate war. That's why if our climate change narrative will totally change, so we're not looking up to world leaders, we're not looking to the US, we're not looking to the advanced countries or expert teams to tell us ways to fight climate change, but we are now looking at ourselves. Actually, small changes need example. Supposing, save water. Water conservation, just is I usually it saves a lot of water. If we wet our toothbrush and put out the tap, close the tap while brushing our teeth, that also makes a difference. If I waste 1 liter, if you waste 1 liter, and if supposing 100 crore Indians waste 1 liter each every morning, that's 100 crore liter of water. Totally drinkable, potable water waste every morning in this country alone. So, collective, we have to think of each and every action of ours in a collective manner. It's not only me brushing, it's not only you washing your car, but just think about 50,000 people doing it every day. Think about 50 lakh people doing that every day, and how much will be saving. Now that small changes, this life will be set, just only those small changes in your personal and daily life. Energy, in my office we have already changed all our LED bulbs to electric bulbs to LED. So LED now, sir, that also saves energy plus it saves our electricity bill also. So it works both ways. That's energy saving. Scooters, traffic lights inside, traffic jam, switch off energy saving. If we think collectively, impact budget, conduct action in the impact budget has to be thought of in a very collective manner in thousands in lakhs. You must feel satisfied that yes, I'm also contributing something to the conservation of the environment. Sustainable food system, life themes because food linear, 跟哪有是哪其实能 kitchen waste to compost 但是一般的话呢 you grow more organic food and you eat it so it becomes a circular kind of system which is a sustainable food system. That you need fish boxes kitchen waste composting at climate change complain so just imagine a farmer's life whose sustenance is, whose survival is dependent on his farm. It doesn't really matter what's the deal. I don't know. She's a labor mate. So I got them sit down and that's a farmer. I don't know. You put you with a senator, you put it in a man. You have a farmer. Climate change. And when the farmer's farm fails, food food supply will be restricted. That is another intern. I just want to answer that. Ask me about sustainable food system. The good news is life is not a one-day celebration. It's about committing ourselves. It's about adopting and promoting life for the whole of our lives. So we program plans that are we home composting bins around that 3 tiers, 4 tiers composting bins. It was a so we are trying to get that and other eco-friendly items, I should say. I'll keep it a suspense so that you look forward to getting it when we come back with a proper life program. As you know, I find each other, to carry forward with the participation, with active participation of our church, especially the youth. Sir, e-waste, vision we recommit ourselves as we revisit our habits, our official works and everything. That e-waste recycling as yes, as electronic gadgets repairs don't just throw it just because something went wrong. Let's all try to repair it as far as possible. That's what the repairs are. But there are people who would want your old cell phone also. So instead of just keeping it at home, you can even give away your cell phones and other electronic gadgets. And there are people who are recycling e-waste. That's it. Jar, printer, cartridge, and the good part is gave us a certificate that this office has responsibly recycled their e-waste and 377 kilograms. Just imagine if all the offices give 300-400, is having 300-400 of e-waste in their godowns. See what impact it has on you. That is, don't give a life. Mission life will need personal commitment. Office only 370 kgs of e-waste and recycled. That's certainly when we go for the proper seminar or workshop, we'll be sharing the numbers of these people who are based in Shillong who can recycle your e-waste and various people who can help us in living a life aligned with mission life. That's jungle cell we made our approach, which is a very good thing. If our children can save their books, textbooks especially, and then hand it over to anybody who would be in a position to give those books to other school children, that would be very much aligned with life. That's our saving us. And never, like I said, never think that mobile phone think of in a very collective manner. But life at the let me not say too much because I'm to similar Roma around the Tashizai, and we are here and detail may that is about. Yeah, since we are the church leisure, Master, Sarah, you leisure as an Halasuma, I am young people, but there is another Halasuma, Mother like involvement scientifically, actually, the even like you know, we wonder, something by you know, Genesis, that's what we share, and because we are basically a science student. That's why you know, I don't know. Genesis, thank you for this Bible. We Canada need the noise. My dinner, that's the Buddha. My dinner, that's the Anila. We actually need to be formed to rule. You want to go and dinner, the other shadow by Kanduyala, not the summer. Even though you know, that's no. Charles, I will know that. Commercial summer we are photosynthesis in scientific theory in the 17th century, 16th century, or some Bible was written so many thousands of years back. Some assume creation, but you know, as a science student, not as a leisure or anything, but as a science student, creation wasn't done. That wasn't like to create us again. What created light first? You can see the sequence of creation, light. That's it was grasses, herbs, trees. I don't know, as planting them from the lower to the higher. That's animals, last humans. Now, that's no. If animal, we are talking about Shillong, Imtienla, 但是手动力动，这里能比啊，就是他们是这样的，it's a factory is. But there are only nutrients I guess, as per two sunlight to that is called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis theology 17th century. Now, because without light, there is no light. Light to the man is it was a young photosynthesis to the green plants is real green plants to eyes, if green plants to animals, as I get a chair, but animals survive as a resource in a higher food pyramid chain moving here, that you may eat both the animals and the plants. Jam, dal, we share the plants to eat, share one of the animals mostly. The animals that we eat in between is there because of the plants. So plants are the only living things on this planet that can manufacture its own food. And the plants cannot manufacture its own food in the absence of sunlight. Light to the creation, yes, that's it. To have succession, you're not going to supposing for any reason, any environmental disaster, natural calamities, if some areas totally wipe off any plants, not plants or any life, no? Natural disasters, doesn't happen, no. First, to succession, no, plants, grasses, no grass really already conserves some herbs, that's some higher plants of food, that's what Bible it was same sequence to their day. That's it, plants, grasses, animals, them survive possible. That's it, but no food system higher, humans around, but same sequence. Scientists can use it. Sequence so she that does part of your nada, that's not can something share. That's it. And urban no. Surrounded creation every day, he saw that it was good. It was good. I don't share now. Saka at least yung it was very good. Very good at the value. Sir, I will debate as the word that God gave man dominion over his creation. Rule us dominion to subdue it. Saka Genesis 1:28, God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth. King James Version, replenish the earth. Replenish the earth. So when you say about replenish, it implies that we have to, whatever we have used, we have to restock it. Not replenish, so at least bring it back to a condition that it was before. That's replenish some asibadari. That's what I'm Lamarado subdue. Tea must not something as for so that is subdue. That is what we can take it as taming what is wild and having control over all of God's creation and nature. But these 3-4 words, they replenish the earth. Like some coming in the have to replenish. So that is God's purpose of giving man there. That's when we go to the Garden of Eden, science student plus a forest officer, I will Garden of Eden, biodiversity hotspots. Notice known as one of the biodiversity hotspots of the world because we have diverse plants and animal species. That's tribal especially, we live in harmony with nature. So most of it, even the Garden of Eden, Geneva, but I want to imagine it like that, where all the plants, birds, animals, and human beings, they were living in harmony with nature. Not, we were all aligned. That's more. Eden Garden, when he took man, he said, the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden. That is Genesis 2:15. Eden to work it and take care of it. And King James Version, to dress and keep it there. So, Genesis chapter 1 was replenished by to at least restore it to a condition like it was before. But when you come to the Garden of Eden, when he says dress it and keep it, to dress means to adorn, to embellish, to improve upon. That's asking nature, not only replenishing, but to even improve it. Nothing James no more to dress and keep it. If I have a person here to Garden of Eden, to work and take care of it. And to keep, that's what you do. Hebrew words so that is to exercise great care over Eden Garden. So Eden Garden, all of God's creation. Imagine, it was a Garden of Eden. So it was our duty, it was the duty of man, God's last creation, to not only replenish it, but here it goes one step further, saying you must dress and keep it, which means you must not only replenish it, but you must adorn it, embellish it, improve upon it, leave it better than when you took from your forefathers. Now, today, everything is moving in the opposite direction now. Aram katong sa mga kapatid, ako replenish tang citizen na to dress adorn citizen improve us kung dapat mana pagmawala sa climate change is really here. You and I, we can feel it. That's aji yan no words again di kamalang di kangata kangasa ba India is one way down that even with Genesis 6 6 and 7 just to impress upon you that God, after creating everything, God paid equal attention to humans as well as to animals. Asli animals, ada kasih misal tu, asli kalau tu nasi tu nasi, aku merasa ada jemas. Genesis 1:20. 29:30. Itiga, ano siya daw? Then God said, I give you everything, seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. This will be yours for food. Then again he repeats that for the animals that are not better, and to all beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the air, and all the creatures that move on the ground. Everything that has the breath of life in it. I give every green plant for food. Ni semua tempat seluruh tempat baik. Anda pun masih kita sama. Asyik di semua belayar beraja. Anda bilang jadi macam seluruh tempat aja. Jenazah sama sudah. Sangat di semua ya. Macam yang dah kemarin. Asal iba ya seluruh tempat. Usaha orang yang usaha. Alim usaha tu. Seluruh. Itu tempat macam belum dah ada. Baik. Sebenarnya是把有这里的事儿。Noah不知道，但是什么Bible Sunday school mungkin, anjir misalnya lakukan Noah flood dan tu karena nasa orang tak tahu ini semua sino, dia cipta betul. Ani mahu orang terasa orang 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 melakukan orang melakukan orang saat Noah berjalan sesuatu. Tapi asalnya dia begitu. Ini one more thing. Ai Noah nak tak keluar. Nah, benar-benar tak cuma benar, benar aja benar cuma ni nak untuk tak dengar ni sama sih. Dan kalau sudah benar benar tak cuma benar aja benar ni benar lah. Sangat sebenarnya, you are to bring into the ark to of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. Noah berpergi dengar ada yang benar ani terber, ark berber ani mata senda. No, setelah semua. Without these birds and animals, you would never have survived. That's it. Sebenarnya sih menurutnya tidak sih. Sebenarnya mana kasih mima by create one creation mima anda kalau buat proof saja. You have to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them, for the animals saja and for them. Nah, itu dia. Sih dasar Genesis 8 nombor. Coba pada nasir, receipt as nombor 8:1. God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him in the ark. God didn't remember. I mean, he didn't remember only Noah and his family, but he remembered all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him. Tapi Bible nak sebenarnya yang juga sebenarnya equal importance sebenarnya sangat human beings asal needs atau like Mahatma Gandhi said the earth has enough for everybody's need but not for everyone's greed. Tapi people greed, we are over exploiting what has been given to us. We have disturbed the very delicate ecological balance, and we are paying the price for it. That we not only as a responsible citizen, not only as a parent who wants to leave a better world for our children and our future generation, but today I would like to also say that it is the moral duty and responsibility of every Christian to take care of every God's creation. I think that Shillong yang lupa sebenarnya it was very good that I shared that. Asal bayar lupa tu, maka mana satisfy sa achieve, but most probably God knew him not be on earth around to take care of him. That's why I got in this room now. I feel, not in my understanding as an environmentalist or as a scientist, I feel that one of the primary reasons for creation of mankind was to take care of God's creation. That as a good Christian, it is the moral duty and responsibility of every Christian to ensure the survival of God's all of God's creation. I hope to work together with each and every member of this church in carrying this forward so that we can make this a better world, keeping our promise to God to take care of His creation and also giving a much better, greener, cleaner world for our children and the coming generation.
Sincerely, saints sincere theology, God for Elisa, God for Venerable, God for Now we'll have a presentation from SIPMIU, Shillong.
Hello everyone. I believe the reason that you call us over here is that you're concerned about the environment and you also wanted to contribute from your part. So I believe this presentation will also make a difference in your life, and we also request you all to change your lifestyle if you want to have a better environment for the future generation. So I will not take much time, I'll just start the presentation. Okay, so this, do you know the Solid Waste Management Rule 2016? Are you aware of this rule? Have you heard before? No? Not yet. Okay. So I believe you all got your dustbins, your 2 household dustbins. Okay, so before I start, I would just like you to answer a few questions and I want you to be honest with it. So those 2 dustbins that we gave you, what are you using it for? Waste. Do you segregate your waste? And all of you segregate your waste? Okay, so because why I'm asking is that when we went for inspection, what we observed is that those 2 dustbins, they're happily standing in a line in those public taps. Some of them use it for storage of water, some use it for, they're very honest with us. They said that we used to store potato and chow. They said it's the best quality, so we're using it for that. But they don't know the danger of that plastic. You don't know what it is made out of. So before using, you have to think about it, because since we are getting it for waste, it should be used for that purpose only. So the government has given you a present. Believe that is a present from the government side. Although it's a one-time grant, but it's like a gift to you all to practice the new rules. Along with that, the government is also giving you a stick. Okay? And that stick is these rules. If you won't comply with these rules, you will be fined under the polluters pay principle, which will be from 5,000 to 25,000. And we also have the new Meghalaya bylaws that's regarding waste. You will be fined under different category. If you throw your waste, you will be fined 200 at the spot. If you wash your vehicle in the open space, in the roadside, you'll be fined. If you burn your waste, you'll be fined. So you have to be aware of these rules. So now I'm just going to share. Solid waste management rules has a lot of pages, but we are extracting only the rules that are applicable for the common people. So here are the rules. We have solid waste management rules. We have your biomedical management rules. We have your plastic waste management rules, your e-waste management rules, and your construction and demolition waste. So these are the main rules for the normal people, for the general people. Okay? So when we speak about the rules, when we used to go for awareness, people think that these rules are only for municipal board area jurisdiction, or maybe only in the urban area. But these rules doesn't apply only to the urban area or to the municipal area, but it applies everywhere. Even in the villages, they have to comply with this new rules. So whenever we speak about rules, they feel that they are not a part of this rules. So but let me tell you, this rule applies everywhere, every corner of the country. And also, when we speak about waste, when we talk about waste, people feel that these kind of rules, or maybe the segregation rules, are only for the household level. But these rules share that whether you are in church, whether you're in an institution, tourist spot, anywhere, as long as you produce waste, you have to segregate your waste at source. It's not like you're in an institution, you can throw your mixed waste. Maybe in church, it's exempted. No, these rules are for everyone, even for the tourist spots also. So they say that waste, they can just basic, we categorize the waste into three categories. That is your bio waste, your non-bio waste, and your hazardous waste. So they also say that if you have an event, especially when you are in a municipal board area, what you do is, suppose now you have an event of more than 100 people. What you do is you notify the event to the authority, and they will arrange a vehicle for your event to collect the segregated waste. So which means even if you have an event, a cleaning drive or any program in your church, at least you make sure that you have these 3 bins, or maybe only 2 bins also, your bio and your non-bio waste, and then you notify the municipal board so that they can come for a separate collection for your house. Because you will not generate small amount or maybe small quantities, we generate a lot of waste. So they can come a separate car for just your programming. So this is a duty of the commercial, but I can also share this, is that all the resident welfare society, market and hotels are also supposed to segregate your waste at source. Now the warning against indiscriminate dumping and burning of waste. They say under this rule, if you litter, like I told you, there's a Meghalaya bylaw rules now. If you litter in the open spaces, if you don't segregate your waste, people from the authority can fine you, and you cannot negotiate with the price. They will give you a charge, and if you happen to break these rules, you will have to pay the fine according to that rule. Okay, now this is just for your knowledge. They say that from the manufacturer, this is steep, because when I speak about the rules, they feel that it's only about the normal people or the household people to comply with the rules. Even the manufacturer has to comply with these new rules. Now they say that, for example, the sanitary companies and all, when you sell your products, you have to make sure to also have a collection bag or collection wrapper. You can't just sell your product openly. You have to have a proper packaging even after use also. And I would also like to share this information that it's also a request that when you dispose your sanitary pads, when you dispose your Huggies, please do wrap it nicely and then you throw it in a blue color dustbin. Because when we go for inspection, we used to find these kinds of waste being thrown openly without proper wrapping, and it's very unhandy for those people to touch it. So at least we should also respect them. So please kindly wrap your waste nicely before you dispose it. And okay, so this is also for your knowledge. They say that if anyone wants to have a landfill, if they want to construct a landfill, if you produce or if you process more than 5 tons of waste in that landfill, you will have to get a certificate from your pollution control board. You can't just construct a landfill now like that. You have to have these rules with you also. And when you construct a landfill, it should not be too near to the residential area and or maybe to the water source. So if you happen to see or hear anyone constructing a landfill site, you have to make sure that you have to comply with these meters that the government has set. Okay, with that, my presentation is very small because like I told you, solid waste management rules has a lot of pages. If I speak, that means till tomorrow also you will have to sit in this church. So I'm taking only the main points. But I'll take this opportunity not to just speak whatever is in the presentation. I wanted to see also through experience. Now, when we went for inspection, or maybe when we just passed by, we used to observe, because when we monitor this open dumping spots in the city, what I observe, or what our team observed, is that people who look very educated, very stylish, in a very nice, expensive car, they open their car and they take out the waste and throw it there. And when we speak about that, they feel, when you look at those waste pickers, I mean, you can observe people carrying those back. When we look at them, we might look down at them. But our thoughts, it's even more down than them. We call them uneducated and we call ourselves educated. But the actions, he's more educated than me when it comes to waste. If you happen to go to Martin, you will see these people who we call them waste collector. If you happen to speak with them, you will in the landfill site, you will feel sad if you look at them because they look quite dirty, no? But if you go to their house, you will feel sad for yourself because they are so rich. From waste they can really send their schools even abroad for education. So I used to ask them, how do you earn, how do you survive with this? But they get a lot of money from waste. For you and me, it might be waste, but for them, it's resource. Now, a plastic bottle, for example, a plastic bottle for you, as long as that bottle is full, it's valuable to me because I'm getting something from it. As soon as it's empty, I don't care where I throw. It's just that I get it from my hand. It's not for me. But for those people, that waste is not waste for them, it's resource. Okay? So if you want to, because people talk a lot about changes. They want change, but do you start with yourself? So we also request to kindly stop littering and do follow with the rules. And if you want to see your children live in a clean environment, to get clean air, fresh air, clean water, then you have to start with yourself. Because I think all of you must have worked so hard to give your children a better future. You're going to buy houses, you're going to buy cars for them, you're going to leave property for them. But what's the use if they don't have a clean environment? How long will they survive? They can't eat the property that you give. They can't survive with that. They need a clean environment to survive, right? Okay, so I'll just move to the next presentation. So this is a small presentation. We have already given earlier also, but I think I'll just like to repeat because it's regarding your bio-waste. How can you contribute to the environment? What can you do with your bio-waste? So this is called a household level composting. We also have a community level composting, but that it's too it consumes a lot of space, and that can be done on the community level. So this is something that you can practice even at your household level also. So this is called garbage to go. Okay, not that goal that you're wearing, but garbage to go means garbage to resource or garbage to money. So we need two ingredients for this system. One is your bio waste, and one is your main ingredient, which is your G2G powder. This is a granule made out of rice husk, your jaggery, and your LAC, which is your lactic acid bacteria. Okay, you can purchase this powder from Catholic Society. We also have. This powder helps in reducing the smell from your bio waste, and also it speeds up the composting system. So what you need is you need a bucket, okay? And in that bucket, underneath your bucket, you need to pierce hole. And then you need two bowls. One is for to store your segregated bio waste, and one is to keep underneath the bucket. And then you need kind of a plate or a compactor just to squeeze the juice that comes out from your bio waste. And then you start off with placing first. You place a sheet of paper, and then you sprinkle that G2G powder, okay, that granule. Just granule, G2G. And then you cover that plate, and then you can put a stone just to add weight to the compressor. And that bucket has to be airtight, okay? And then you repeat this process till it becomes full. Now it depends on you how much you produce your waste. It can be full in 5 days, it can be full in 10 days, depending on the generation of your waste from your kitchen. Then this is what it looks like after it becomes full. Then I told you need to put a bowl underneath the bucket. That is to collect your garbage juice that comes out of the bucket. Now every day when you squeeze after doing your processing, what you do is you squeeze, and like for example you do it at the evening, and then tomorrow morning when you take out, you will observe there's a juice in that bowl. What you need to do is that don't throw that juice, and don't drink it also. You use that juice to clean either your septic tank, your drains, or even to sprinkle in your plants. It adds as a vitamin or something to your plants. Okay, if you want to use it for your septic tank, your drains, you can just immediately take out from the bowl and just throw it. But if you use it for the plants, then you have to dilute 1:100. Because if you use it for the plants, then it becomes too strong. Because it has an acidic content in that. And because it has also microorganisms, so it helps to clean your septic tank or your fish tank, whatever. So that is how you dilute 1:200. You can use it for your plants, and for your drains and septic tank, you can use directly. Now, wait for 10 days after the bucket is full, and then you also have to keep in mind that it cannot be exposed in the sun. You have to keep it somewhere that has a shade. Otherwise, then your compost becomes spoiled. And then after that, you dig a trench. When the bucket is full, you dig a trench for about 1 to 2 feet. Why I'm saying 1 to 2 feet is that these microorganisms, they are only present at the topsoil. And we need the microorganism in the process, in our system, in the composting system. So if you dig beyond 2 feet, this microorganism will not be there anymore. Okay? So after you dig the trench, then you empty the bucket, your mixture, and then you spread your bio-waste. And then you can also spray G2G in case you want to spray, sprinkle a bit, sprinkle a bit. And then with that same mud that you've taken out, you can put it back. And then after 30 days, you'll get compost. In Shillong, you cannot expect in 30 days because the temperature here is quite cold. So it might take 30 to 45 or maybe to even 60 days. But in area like from Hawaii side down there, then it can be ready in 30 days. Because these microorganisms, when it's too cold, then they can't walk faster, no? So they become slow in their processing, so that's why it takes a lot of time. But in warm area, then in 30 days you get your compost. And this is a picture in Belgian society. After they produce this compost, they're using it for themselves. And that's the result. You get like fresh organic vegetables. Is this helpful for you all? Some of you, do you practice this at home? Okay, some of you might practice without the granule also. So the benefits of adding this granule is that since it's a bio-waste, you get that stinky smell, no? So this powder helps to get rid of the smell. And also, in case if you do without granule, it might take more than 2-3 months. But if you do with granule, then it helps to speed up the process. So just that my presentation is.
More interesting session is coming up after the lunch. So yes, as no other Shillong touch on is about other day I'm also thinking of something G2G you will call it that's an idea. Yes. Now we'll have a lunch break. It's prepared outside. So we'll go out and we'll have lunch and then we'll come back again and then we'll start with the second session. Selamat malam, asal di Shillong, asal dari Matsungtemjen, dari Matsungtemjen saya sangat senang.
My name is Aso Imsong, and I will be the moderator for this session of the panel discussion. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you once again to this environment-based panel discussion. Of course, it's not going to be a very formal panel discussion as such, but let me please report that we are very happy to have you here with us. It's an honor and a privilege for us to have you here. Thank you for consenting to spare your valuable time to be with us and enlighten us and share your thoughts on a topic that is so very important. Vast majority of us, we don't realize how important environment-based topics and issues are, but they are indeed a very important topic. Fortunately, we have one of our panelists has left due to some unavoidable circumstances, but nonetheless, we still have three resource persons here, and we'll have a good level of discussion with them. And like I said, it's going to be an informal kind of a panel discussion where I will solicit the ideas, the thoughts of our resource persons here, and thereafter I would urge and request our audience to raise questions that you think is of importance or of relevance, maybe at all levels, maybe on the global level, national level, or even local level. So with that, I would like to give this time and open this time for this panel discussion, which I would like to invite maybe any one of you to share your thoughts, and thereafter, like I said, we'll take questions from the audience and we'll go from that.
Thank you so much, Brother Imsong. And really, it's a privilege for us to be a part of our Baptist church and with the church members, as well as our Sunday school children. Just now, he has just opened the platform for us to, to discuss and talk about environment. My only idea, just want to throw to you is that with the kids, I've talked about littering. We don't usually, talk very much on that. We know that it's bad, it's not good, but we keep it to ourselves. But with the rules that Madam Larissa has already told you, that by coming with this rule that has come up just recently called the Solid Waste Management Bylaws, Meghalaya Bylaws, they bind people on littering. So if anyone is seen littering only a sweet wrapper, I can buy that sweet only for a pice or 1 rupees, but I can be fined for 200 rupees. So we have to be very careful. We have area inspectors who will be, penalizing these defaulters. So based on those rules, we have seen that segregation is also one of the very important part in bringing a change to the waste management. I think so every one of us are very aware of how to dispose our waste, but I think so one of our uncle, he told us that he stays in Mount Prem, but there is no segregation of waste. I don't know if you're all staying here in Matsungtemjen, do you segregate your waste and give it to a truck or one dustbin? You segregate your waste, but what about the collection? How's the collection system in your area?
In Lumbaksuk, they come once a week for each
agreeable and non-agreeable. Here in Matsungtemjen, we have, I think so 2 vehicles. Anyone staying here in Matsungtemjen? Yeah, 2 vehicles. Huh? But if these 2 vehicles, they localities, but still we have our residents that they don't segregate the waste. But just to let you know that just recently Meghalaya has been slapped by the NGT for 100 crore fine by not following the solid waste management rule. But fortunately, they have given us time for 6 months so that each and every resident of all the localities, they have to segregate the waste. Otherwise, I think so, we staff will not be getting a salary because of this. It's 100 crore. We're not talking of, small amount. It's a big amount for the government. So they have given us time, and we urge the residents of each and every locality to please, help the government. The government has already helped the localities by giving them these household waste bins for segregation. They have bought vehicles for segregation of waste collection, and also they have made a very big compost plant in the landfill site. So now the government has put everything into system, but the only thing that we need is cooperation from the residents of all the localities. I think so when we talk about Environment Day, we usually hear these 3 words, right? Reduce, reuse, recycle. I can see today also we have a program in my church. We are organizing mass cleaning drive. And in all the banners, they have asked us to keep this mission life. Modi has already launched that mission life, and that's a part of mission life: reduce, reuse, and recycle. But these things cannot be implemented by us if we don't have another arm. That's the most important thing. That is responsibility. If we don't take responsibility for our waste, I think so these reduce, reuse, recycle won't come into the picture. But if we take responsibility, I think so, we can implement anything, and we can do anything. If I take responsibility of my waste, we have a theme that we usually conduct programs. My waste is my responsibility. If I think that my waste is my responsibility, I'll make sure that it goes to the right dustbin. If it's a degradable, in the green dustbin, non-degradable, blue. If it's a hazardous waste, in the red dustbin or a gummy bag, and dispose it in a proper manner. Because, see now we don't have the artificial air fan, so everyone is feeling hot. Shillong City, we're experiencing 4 seasons in a day. Do you agree? 4 seasons in a day. We have to have our sweaters, we have to have umbrellas, and I usually take a portable fan with me everywhere I go. Because sometimes we are, our duty is in the landfill site and it's very hot. We have to use a fan and we have to use umbrella. I really thank God for today because we also organized a mass cleaning drive and we have no rain. But we need rain. Why? Because I think so we can see scarcity of water. In my locality, they have given an order that we won't be having electricity from today till the 7th of June. So I don't know what will happen. They will keep it, they will break the time, the shutdown time, or they'll just from the 3rd today till the 7th, I think so everyone will go back to the old age candlelight dinner every night. So, but that's, we are not thinking of the future. Like Madam Marisa always says that we are, as parents, we prepare the future for our kids. We would like to, get them good education, good house, or, every comfort of life. But are we thinking that, what are we leaving them behind when it comes to our environment? Our great-grandparents have thought about us, so, we still breathe fresh air, clean water. But what are we leaving for our future generation? I don't know it's proper to say or not. We are scared of bringing the next generation. What are they going to be living on? We are now seeing the dangers of plastic. I've shown the kids the dangers of plastic. The oceans are filled with plastic. We might say that we are not contributing, but each and every one of us are contributing to that. Climate change, the drawings of those kids have shown such a, an impact. They have, they have seen something that we have never thought before. The kids have already seen that. So it's our responsibility as grown up that what are we leaving behind? I think so. I believe that God, when He created this earth, He created and He said it was good. And it is good. But let us leave our future generation with this goodness of God. The goodness of His creation, let them also enjoy. If any question, I'll also add this. I'm a very frequent traveler. So I've seen Indian mentality, we're all Indians here. Indian mentality, whenever we are here, like in Shillong or in parts of India, when they say segregation is a must, we have seen different dustbin being placed, for different types of waste. But we have the mentality that, we can just throw anywhere we want. But the same people, me and you, when we go out abroad, we are very careful in reading, oh, this is degradable, so banana peel should go here. This is plastic, it should go here. I have experienced that when I was in China. One of my friends, my Indian friend, eating this sweet. So after eating, with that mentality, she threw it on the ground. Within 1 second, one policeman came and she was fined, 500 yuan. That is around 1,000 rupees. She said, what? And I said, you just threw something and that policeman just came. And she said, oh, agar ye India mein hota to kuch nahi hota. I said, yes. See, we have that mentality. Even here in Shillong, we say segregation. We have placed around 1,000 dustbins in all the locality in Shillong city under the NER-CCDIP project. But sadly, the day me and the contractor, we went and located a spot in Lady Hyde Park, set up the dustbin, kept the dustbin there. It was a Saturday. Monday morning I got a call, madam, please come to Lady Hyde Park. I said, what happened? The dustbin was gone. Stolen. So I don't know what they'll do with that big litter bin. But after that also we have so many litter bins that has, for these school-going kids, college-going students with their litters, to throw in that. But men, after smoking, those cigarette butt they throw there, it's a plastic. It got burned. We have these pictures and, every time we go and give a talk on awareness on segregation and no littering, the first question that they ask us, why don't you keep dustbins? We have kept, but we don't respect. Government come out, Kasi used to say, come Sarkar, it's okay, we'll do whatever we want. But we don't respect that. That's something that, we need to change our mindset. To see a change, I think so we have to be the change. So, these dustbins have been placed and localities, we have given them litter bins, but they have called us back and said, please take back these litter bins. People, they come and dump their household waste in those litter bins. Not meant for household waste, but residents, they come out and they're tired to wait for the truck, so they come out and just keep their household waste in the litter bins. So you will not see litter bins anymore, but I think so it's a message also for us that if we have litter, if you don't find any dustbin, keep it in your pocket and throw it at home in a proper dustbin. So we'll take any question. From our team, I'm the most talkative. I'm the most talkative.
Just for general knowledge and also, I think it concerns all of us. Regarding the solid waste and wet waste, things proper dustbin has been given. I was wondering, what if the household members, if they want to discard their expired medicines or anything to do with yeah. Do we just put it in the blue waste bin?
No. We have 3 types of waste, biodegradable, non-degradable, and we call domestic hazardous waste. These waste doesn't come out every day from our house. Sometimes once a month or once in 2 weeks and all. If these expired medicine or hazardous waste comes out, you will not put it in the blue bin. A separate dustbin you can keep it, or in a plastic bag, so that when you go and give it to the truck, just mention that these are hazardous. Those truck drivers have been trained to accept all the waste, but for hazardous waste you have to be very careful. If it's you have patients at home, syringes and all, be careful to wrap it properly so that when you give it to them, it won't harm those people. Because we have had incidents also that in police bazaar, people, in these pharmacies and all, they keep these syringes, they have doctors and all, but when they dispose it, they don't carefully, dispose them. And one of the syringe, I think so, it poked one of our workers, and she had got allergies. Now she has, she had to leave her job also because her hand is not working anymore. So these are the dangers if we don't take care of our waste. So hazardous waste should be kept separately. Any more? I think so after lunch, usually it's a habit that we all be sleeping.
When you say landfill, what is?
Landfill site is the place where Shillong city dumps the waste. So we usually have open dump before, we call it landfill, but now it's a scientific landfill site where we have treatment of the waste that comes to the landfill. So we have composting, we have these scrap dealers, who takes these recycling back to the recyclers. So if you're up to visiting our landfill site, it's not like before. When I joined the office in 2011, I was sent to the landfill site for the first inspection. And when I reached home, I think so for 2 weeks, I couldn't eat anything. The smell and it really gave me a bad impression. I would not go back. But I remember my boss, he asked me a question, whose waste? He told me. And then I realized that my waste is also been going there, so I kept going. And that time, there was no space. I was standing on the middle, here it was space, here it was space, behind, in front, everyone. And my boss was just blowing off the flies from my back and my head. He said, this is a problem that, everyone was dumping the waste like that. Since 1935, we've been dumping our waste in Martin Maoyong. So 80 plus years. So now we're making one big Mount Everest we're fighting against. So I used to tell people, if you want to start climbing Mount Everest, so you can practice in the landfill site. It's shiny. If you see from far, I think so you say, oh, this, gold mine and all, but it's plastic. So, but now, after the coming of this solid waste management project called NERCCDIP, it has really helped the government to, see the need of having a big compost plant. And also, people are understanding now. I will not say that, we are ignorant, but we have understand that, if we won't have that space anymore, I think so we will not. I think so land issue is very, a problem here in Meghalaya as a whole. We're not getting land for a new scientific landfill site. So you see in the newspaper that government is searching for land. Nobody is giving because they're scared they'll have the next mountain somewhere else. So, but if we start acting now, we will still have time. But if we keep on disposing our waste like this, we will not have space. And we have to think of those people living in Maulai, like friend here, Baghdad. He says that his house, the moment they open a window, free air. The smell that comes out, we don't experience here, we don't understand, but for them, but sometimes some of the residents, they told that now if they don't get the smell, they cannot eat food. So used to that. So we have to think about that also. And also, we don't want another pandemic to come to Shillong. Because that's we're scared of that. Corona have done so much, so
Do
no
you have
panic.
any success story? Like people are just throwing their whatever they eat or drink, they just throw. And we happen to be near these colleges and schools where every day in our grade, like all those
Litters.
and the leftover, whatever chana they were eating, they just throw it and litter the whole area. So is there any success stories where we have managed to convince people to
Yes.
put things properly?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. In Cleve Colony, one of the locality, that's a model locality under the project. We made sure that everyone is taken on board. Okay, all the stakeholders from shopkeepers to residents, institutions, and we thought of a strategy on how to stop these students, because we have St. Peter's School, we have these SS.com, which is an institute also. So we have a lady there, Mary, as a Josephine. She's our whistleblower. We asked her if she can, play as a CID type from her shop. She's selling, small. It's a small business, but she sells also tea. So she gives them in those disposable cups. But those students, whenever they come after taking, there's a river behind. So after taking, they'll just dump. So we have asked her only to be the whistleblower, because we have told her that, please, can you tell these people not to litter? She said, no, they're not listening. So we selected her to be our whistleblower, and she can also, with the help of the Darbashram, find those defaulters. So Josephine and one of the guy from a barber shop, both of them have literally stopped littering in that area. And she was also awarded by the Deputy Commissioner that time in 2015-16, Sanjay Goyal. She was also awarded. And they have also put a mesh on that area. In Cleve Colony, we had to, do something very unique, because it's a project, a model locality. Have you ever seen here that Assam Christie used to be full of garbage in front before going to St. Peter's School on the left side? So they have asked us if we can stop that. It's an open dump, so if we can stop that. So we have thought of so many ideas what to do. We have asked inspectors to stand there and stop people. Nobody is, listening or following the rules. We did one thing. We have the help of those pujari inside. We kept the photo of Hanuman. They are God and goddesses. We kept that. The moment we kept that, there was no littering. Everything stopped. So that was a good strategy. And near the river, they have put the mesh, and the Darbashram has kept a photo of Jesus on the cross. Jesus loves you. Nobody dares to do anything. So these are these are success stories from Cleve Colony. And also in Police Bazaar in the year 2018, we have declared it as zero littering area. We have had so many defaulters, and they were fined. So now I think so they are very scared of that fine. No? They don't know who's the inspector, because he's also wearing plain uniform, plain clothes, so nobody knows. So anytime anyone goes that, because with the polluters pay principle from the NGT, it's 500 to 5,000. So if I throw just one wrapper, if it's 500, that'll be too much. So people are understanding, but when this Meghalaya solid waste management bylaw came this time, it's very lenient, 200. If we have money, I think so. But that will teach a lesson to someone who's everyday littering in the roadside.
I would like to just ask one thing. I live in Mumbai.
Yes.
So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but nobody brings with two pumpkins, only one. So there, everything is better. By taking the group or non-taking the group. Everything is the thing, and then we just go and get them market?
To tell you, these truck drivers, uncle, these truck drivers who are in the big truck that comes and collect the waste, they're very smart because every bit of those non-degradable, it's money for them. So they segregate in the truck itself. Okay, so because when we go there, the moment they reach Martin, there's an area where they start to save. So they're very good in that. But as you see, Mopram, we have had difficulty from the start because it's a mixed community, and sometimes we have already sent 2 trucks to that area, but the segregation failed because people, when they come out, whenever we ask them, where's your dustbin? We have not got. I think so they're tired of bringing those 2 buckets. So, but now, uncle, we have a good news that within these few months only, you will be starting the segregation again. So if one truck comes to your locality, or if you see that there's no degradable truck, the smaller truck that comes here, you can complain. In Jayao, this locality in Jayao, whenever they see one truck, they will call the municipal. So when we go to Jayao, has been a place where we take all the higher ups because they want to see the segregation. They might say we may lie, but in Jayao, they're segregating the waste. And it's so nice to see when the truck comes, all the people comes out with their 2 buckets. Even if they don't have the buckets that we give them, they might just, color or paint a bucket and just bring them. But they segregate the waste, and 2 truck comes. So, as residents also, we can take that. We can call up the municipal and say, why are you not sending 2 trucks in my locality? That only will also, push the government to, perform also, especially in the street board.
Sister, we are talking about climatic change, and it is changing for worse, back to worse. And when we talk about environment pollution, air pollution also come into scene. So since anywhere I drive in my car, I think government authorities are not so concerned about the air pollution. Once there was a kind of warning from the government that they will be checking for the air pollution certificate, and that time there was a long chain of cars, that they want to renew their air pollution. But now, yes, everything is as usual. There's no checking, and then the air pollution, it really harms the environment. That is one thing. The other thing is about the polythene bag. All the waste, food waste, I think after a few years, within a year, it will vanish. Burden and all this will vanish, but this polythene bag will remain. And you talk about segregating, and that truck drivers are very smart to segregate, and they earn money from that. But all the waste does not come to the truck, no? So it will go somewhere else, and it will pollute the environment. So how far the government is serious about this? Ban of polythene bag and plastic, and also the air pollution.
I think so for air pollution, I'm not the right person because that will come under the pollution control board. But for these polythene bags, I think so. You have seen those notifications even in the newspaper that they have banned these single-use plastic. We're still using, right? We're still using.
You want to use?
Yeah. See, whenever we go shopping, we never carry our bags anymore. So, or extra plastic, we still have the guts to ask also. We still ask them. even when we say that, it's very dangerous, and those single-use plastic, we visited the SIPMIU, there's a industry in Guwahati that, they reuse these single-use plastic, making them into pebbles, and they're sending it to the cement factory. So here we don't have the technology, sir. That we have to be, very honest with that. Our government here says that they will ban plastic, but nothing is happening. We are still using it, even now also. But also these chips, wrappers, these packets, they cannot be even recycled or reused again also. They have 5 layers inside the chips packet. As when we went to SIPMIU, they told us that these things they cannot do anything. All they have to do is, they have to burn them, and that also create another pollution. So, if we as consumers, we say no to plastic, I think so that the person who's selling it won't be able to sell. But if we keep on going and asking for plastic, then that's what when I say that, everything has to start within ourselves. Because otherwise, sir, we'll have to keep on talking with no plastic but still using plastic.
But I think this plastics, now that it is not possible to do away with this. Because so many times, government has given ban. But now it has come up again.
Okay.
Because something that we cannot do, you go to the fish market or to milk shop, how they will give the fish to you, how they will give you the fish, and in what way that they will do it. Earlier, before the plastic came into being, we used to go to market in Malaysia, and then that meat or fish, whatever it is, they used to rub in that jig. And we used to carry it home like that. But nowadays, that also, I think nobody uses that. Except having this this cut. Other things that we don't use it anymore. So this plastic thing is something which we cannot stop it unless
We don't use
do
anymore.
something very drastic thing about the human, ban all the factories where it is being made. Otherwise, it will come again and again. Because that is very convenient.
I think there should be an alternative. When we have been managing, when there was no plastic, as Uncle was saying, even when we were growing up, this is the way. When fishes were easily they were left in a newspaper, it was also quite convenient. And just out of my curiosity, or my personal self-thinking, this morning, Madam Parisa was presenting about the waste management rules. A term which really struck me was waste generators. From your perspective, does it apply to all ABAS, or there are certain waste generators?
We are waste generators. Each one of us we are waste generators, because no one will dare to say that I don't generate waste, right? So that the part of the waste management rule that we have taken out, that is mainly for like us, layman people, because it has around 78 pages of that solid waste management rule. But for us, for waste generators, like ourselves and waste generators from institutions like schools, colleges, everyone is termed as waste generators. So I'm also a waste generator. Pastor is also a waste generator. And like Uncle said, here in Shillong, we still, India is facing a problem with plastic. But any one of you have gone to Sikkim? Sir? So, there we have to follow the rules. We don't get plastic. Anything, they'll wrap in a newspaper, or please carry your own bag.
I feel
It
that
will be very expensive.
But some shops use that.
Yeah, they're using those 30 microns to 50 microns. They've given, like pollution, when they say ban plastic, they have also given an alternative that if it's 30 micron plus, they can use that. Those single-use plastic, those very thin one, they're very dangerous. Those are the plastic that cannot be done, like no recycling, nothing. And those plastic goes into the rivers and rains and all. No? That's creating a havoc to the environment. I think so. I'll let Larissa also take note. You can answer. If any more question is there. Any more questions?
just one question. We have been talking so much about, like the entire section has been revolving about plastic, and we know that it is very difficult. It is very difficult to do away with it. Now, whenever we talk about doing away with something, what people usually ask is the alternative. Okay, if we have to do away with this, what is the alternative? And sometimes, again, for us also to implement something, if we can provide an alternative, that becomes more effective. So, is there any initiative from your end, from the department, from the project, on providing alternatives? There's one meat shop in Nongrin, and I time to time I used to buy meat from there. What you do is you wrap the meat or fish or whatever I buy in leaves, the banana leaves, and I found that to be very encouraging. So if we can provide those kind of alternatives to people who are involved in business, of course all of us are waste generators, but the major waste generators, if we can provide those kind of alternatives, that should also be helpful, and especially taking forward our mission. So are we providing those sorts of alternatives, or maybe even for us also, for common people? If we are to do away with plastic, what are the alternatives that we can turn to? If you can just highlight on that.
Okay, at one point of time, what we did in Maoyong is that there are these self-help group from Martin. We have given them a training on how to make the paper bags, or maybe cloth bags. We asked them to make these cloth bags and paper bags and sell it back to the small shops over there. So instead of buying plastic, then you can buy the paper bags or maybe the cloth bag. They have, I think from the government, they also starts producing these bioplastic or something like that. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, plastic is plastic, no matter how you treat them. So instead of expecting the government to give us an alternative, why can't we just take the responsibility of carrying our own bag? I think that practice, we only have been practiced in the last 50, 60 years, I don't know. I think even during my time when I was in my teenage, I used to remember when I go to the market, I always carry that khasi cloth bag we call playo, no? So as we grow up and we see the world has changed, so we feel shy to carry those kind of bags. We want something fancy. So, but if you think about the environment, I think we should be thinking that kind of thought. So we have to think about the future generation. So instead of asking for alternative, I think we should take the responsibility of carrying our own bag. And also, this is just for information, our state has been fined of rupees 6 crore by the NGT. But then our top boss and all officials, they have requested the NGT to exempt us from that fine. So the NGT told us that only if you change, they will exempt the fine, and they're giving us only 6 months. 6 months to change, and then we can be free from this fine. So now from the Shillong Municipal Board, they're getting a pressure to first of all start to spread or educate their own people first, their own municipal workers. So these last few weeks, the last week, you have an intensive training for the municipal workers. After they've been trained, they will go back to their own respective areas, and then they will educate or pass the information to the residents. And then after the awareness and everything, now we'll have a cut-off date. The government will going to give a cut-off date. From this day, you cannot give your mixed waste anymore. So this is just for your information. I think these people will come back to your own locality. So I think you'll hear this kind of awareness. But frankly speaking, from 2014, the government has already given a cut-off date. Till now, we're still the same. Cut-off date is being issued for the past 9 years, and me and Ma'am Palvi, we've been in Martin for the past 9 years to stop the truck and threaten them. Sometimes we also threaten them that if you bring mixed waste, we'll ask this waste to go back to your compound. So we always do this, but it's again the same thing. That is because we don't treat this matter seriously. So as waste generator, if you want to contribute to this environment, first of all, you have to start segregating your waste at source. That is the main and the first step. Only when you have segregated, you have complied with the rules, then you can challenge back the authority if they don't comply with the rules. Now the government is threatening you all with the fine. Then you can take back this fine, give it back to the government and say, you fine us, or maybe we'll fine you for not complying with the rule. Because we have complied, we have listened to you, we have segregated the waste, now why are you all not doing it? So this kind of attitude you also have to have, because it's pointless for the government to bring all sorts of projects or all type of machine in the landfill if we don't start with ourselves. It's pointless to spend crores of money on dustbins and on these compost machine or the biomedical plant if we don't segregate or take the matter seriously. So this is the request from our side, that as waste generator, please segregate your waste and try to reduce your waste generation. At least try by reducing taking plastic bags or maybe using something that's recyclable. Then if you can stop buying these water bottles, these 10 rupees mineral water, try to carry your own water and refill it back. So these are the small steps that can change. So do you have any more questions or any clarification? This liquid paste, we also have this ETP. We have this treatment plan, and from our project before, we also have the sewerage treatment. It's a sewerage project, the treatment for the liquid waste that comes out from your kitchen, from your toilets and bathroom. But because of the topography and objection from some of the Dorvash now, we couldn't take this project forward. Because now if we're going to construct this sewerage treatment plan, my pipe has to go through her house. Her pipe has to go through from your house. So because of this project couldn't take off. That is the problem. But otherwise now the government is trying to do something for liquid waste. And as for e-waste, like I told you the rules, there's a different category of waste rules. That is your e-waste, your biomedical, your construction and demolition waste. Now when you have, suppose that you renovate your house or you have a construction of your house, that type of waste, which is called your construction and demolition waste, you cannot dispose in the truck that comes in your locality. That has to be collected separately. You have to call the authority saying that I have a construction and demolition waste, or if you have a private collector also, it's okay. But there's a different fees for that. You cannot take that waste in the truck that comes to collect your normal waste in the locality. And also, you happen to, there's also a horticulture waste, that means the waste that comes out from your garden. Now when you clean your garden, there'll be quite amount of bio waste, like your branches and everything. So we also request not to dump those type of waste in the truck that comes in your locality, because that consumes a lot of space. So if I take from your house, if I go to the next station, there will be no more space. So that has to be a proper and a separate collection, and that also will have a separate fees for that.
For your e-waste, just last 2 months we had a meeting with Deputy Commissioner. There's a company that has come, offered their project, proposal to the government for collection of only e-waste. I think so. They have this set up in Nomra. One of the, the company. It's a small setup company. They have already started the setup in Nomra. So they have their own van for collection and all. So if you need, then we can just give you some information. For e-waste also they have started, but it's a small, something small right now, because some of the offices and all, they're not aware of these people who have started this e-waste business here in Shillong.
Can you tell us more about the horticultural waste, the garden waste and all that? Where do we contact for?
If it's in a municipal area, you have to contact the municipal truck, municipal board, and ask for a vehicle to collect, but you'll have to pay the fees.
Because I also have a small lawn and a garden, and then when we cut, especially during summer, it keeps on growing. And then to manage that becomes very difficult sometimes. Right now, I'm somehow managing like the hedges are there, so I put that behind that so that it will decompose and all that. But sometimes, like June, July, August, and all that, then it becomes too much.
If you're in a municipal area, you can get the number of the inspectors who are in charge and just ask for a vehicle. They have small vehicles, you can come and go. I think you have to put a request just to make sure that you come directly to
Your septic tank.
truck. Yeah, like that. If no more questions, I think so we have our kids here also, eagerly waiting for that prize. So, if no more questions from our side, thank you so much. We had a blessed time, hope you all had a blessed time too.
But it's not possible. The interesting is, why not the government of India or the government where passing the license of manufacturing units or manufacturing of plastic? Why don't the government of India or everybody in Aso do that? So controlling no plastic problem when it is closed.
I think so we all will have to be like Arten, we'll have to go hunger strike and ask government of India to stop plastic. Because for us, I think so, we cannot do that. But I think so the government might be getting some resource from them also. So, sir, but your suggestion, I think so, we can take back. And because one suggestion and feedback, it can also help. It might, be a big operation on stopping plastic. You'll have to go to Government of India for that. But thank you, sir. No more questions?
Let's say thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back, children. Are you happy?
Yes.
So we have the results here. Thomas가 사람이 단임에 아직 상가중 summer. I would like to thank the resource persons. Mrs. Imtienla, she has to go to Imtienla, she has to go to Guwahati, so she left. She cannot attend the discussion. But I want to thank all of you for coming and answering all our inquisitive questions. And this, you all might be thinking, what is this SIPMIU? Our State Pastor Youth has already explained to us. This is under Urban Affairs Department. And I would like to thank you all on behalf of the church. And when I asked Larry, she said she happily said she would come. And then since we were expecting 4 of you, but since you have so many meetings here and there, so thank you very much. God bless you all. And I would like to thank the Sunday School Department for coming and participating in the painting competition. And I think you all had some activities also. Thank you very much. Your drawings are very, 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 very beautiful and nice. So there's Auntie and Uncle who have come from here. They said they will take it to the office. So do you want to give it to them or not? Yes, they will leave it display. Okay, so they will be taking it. Okay, and I would also like to thank Sunday school teachers in Maha. Manang Pilar, busy but serving the whole. And it's really an experience for her that Sunday school teachers in Maha. Manang Pilar, media din na Manang Pilar, tanay sinok sa maro para macam WhatsApp dunia asno. Financial dunia bangsa. Acha yang ada bukan bangsa yang sini kalau kita suruh asno kita cuma masuk asno mana semua cuma anu pelat bah lagi kita ini dah misalnya nanti dah acha yang ada mana pelat kalau kita semua noni nanti kurang taruh mungkin si kau mau clean kamu semua dah sebab flower painting is arranged the flower very beautiful. It looks very beautiful. I thought everything we can manage. Really clean. And they made it so nice and clear when I entered the church. I saw this and I was very happy. So thank you very much to the Naro Committee. Naro Committee put it behind the screen. So don't put my asking me more, asking me more. So for the Tasha work, we have to learn after Naro Committee. Singkong part akhir di macam tangkapan belar anu asing supaya devotional no kaya bat itu ada macam asing besar seperti asar tadinya nok baru malah tuh baru malah berada di semua sebenarnya jadi sinok zapor isa itanur dan talisa tila tanur matama indoro menya panu jam generation satu tu sinok bisa zapor kui nak di tanya gani arwah kan ai gara amazuku item zapor ina kada pelaba betul asal zapor asal shilong saya gaya rupo kada pelai itu nak ita timbas dah expect salisa saka mazuni dah lima mandir lagi asal kui gaya rupo tu macam kada pelai tang asal presentation we will have presentation. Okay, children, now. You all were very good. Everyone was good, but they are the one who chose the first, second, okay? So first, we will give to them. From our church, we want to give a small gift to you all as a token of appreciation. So I request our associate pastor women to come here on the here. we are not religious, so they know, so very nicely, some children has treat in detail. So since they do all this job, they know. I don't know, I was saying, I don't know. So it is they who chose for kids. So beginner, first prize, or to give the prize, Dora, can you please come up? First prize for the Hayden. And second goes to Aulullah. Now, primary. First goes to Sentiru. Second goes to Nathaniel. As po kasi kinutadyer, may mga share by distributor, saka pa nagyan iba. Iba nagyan. As we go 3 years long, first year, Sunti Samla. The second goes to Delisha. Junior, first goes to this person. Who is this person? Do you remember? Yes, come. I'll just show the picture, okay? You will remember juniors and intermediate. Second goes to this. This one is very special and very nice. It has got a Bible verse. Guess who? Second goes to this.
So we have finally come to the end of this very amazing session. We had a lovely time, and I suppose all of you had a blessed time. And I hope that we'll continue to have this in the near future. Thank you once again. I now request Pastor to can you host the
Before I say the closing prayer, along with the moderator, I would like to say thank you to our three wonderful personnel from SIPMIU. I think they deserve not just one salute, but you are doing a wonderful job. By the time waste generated, which I was totally convinced this morning how responsible I am as an individual, I think it has also seeped into all the people here, including the young ones, and how responsible we need to be. But apart from those thoughts, theories, and discussions, we were there day in and out, not managing anything but managing our waste. That gives not just cuts, not just a sense of duty, but I think it involves so many things. There have been some other people, within a week or two, they might have left the job, but you are there for the last 9-10 years, maybe more. We just pray that God's grace will continue to go with you, God's favor will continue to go with you. We really want to say thank you so much for doing so much. It's not only a noble thing, but I think it takes courage. And it also comes from a great sense of responsibility. And all of you, your coming here definitely has made an impact. And I believe this will be. And the church also has made a commitment that we will not only make it an official program for a year or two, but from this year onward, we will edit this not only an annual program, but maybe a step or two as a congregation. We are also thinking of what we can do best and also contribute to the community. So we will definitely need your assistance and your guidance within the district. I believe all of you have enjoyed. Yes. Can we all stand for a few minutes and I'll say the closing prayer, shall we? Yes. Let us pray. Dear God, our loving Heavenly Father, the Creator, the Maker of heaven and earth, Giver of our being, Sustainer of our life, the one who watches over everything, and the one who is in control of everything. Oh God, at the end of this day, at the end of this program, we just acknowledge your presence in our life, and especially this day for answering our prayer, we say thank you to you. Lord, you have given us a responsibility, but many a times, Lord, we have forgotten that, and Lord, we have done things which was against your will. We have done things which we are not supposed to do to ourselves and to our environment. And this afternoon, we say sorry for our mismanagement. We say sorry for being irresponsible. But Lord, through this event, through our brothers and sisters, Lord, you have reminded us once again how important it is to live in harmony with the nature and with the people around us. Thank you so much for this reminder. Thank you, Lord, for the life of our Sister Imtienla, Sister Larissa, Sister Balvi, and Brother Don. Lord, they have been a great source of encouragement. They have opened our eyes. They have also, Lord, widened our horizon of our perspective. And we thank you for what they are doing for our well-being. We pray that, Lord, you will continue to watch over them, and may your favor continue to be with them and all that they do, just as they are doing so much for the people, for the environment, for your creation. Lord, I pray that you will continue to use them in your mighty hand to be a blessing for many, many others, even in the days to come. Just as you have encouraged us, just as you have blessed us on this event, Lord, I pray that we will be ambassadors of this message, even in the days to come. With that, we commit each and every one of us in your loving care. And with that, oh God, we pray that the love of God, our Father, the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the sweet communion of the Holy Spirit continue